Hey everyone, welcome to Quayzar's Customs. I am Hurst Quayzar, and no, you are not seeing double. Actually, what you are seeing on the lift is the Smokey and the Bandit number 2 movie car. This is a 1979 Pontiac Firebird, and Burt Reynolds drove this in the Smokey and the Bandit 2 movie. Now, honestly, Smokey and the Bandit 2 wasn't nearly as good as Smokey and the Bandit 1, of course. But, you know, back then, sequels were never all that great. I was able to pick this up from the auction house, so the body's in really great shape. Trying to think here. The global body condition is only 99%. What is it? Oh, the front bumper, rear tail light. There's a few items, front window. Only a few items that are not in great shape, but hey, not too bad. I spent probably about $1,000 more than what it was worth. And honestly, with these, with the auction cars, you can probably, or more than likely, repair most of the parts. So my cost will be minimal for this car. Of course, I always build the engine instead of tearing one down and trying to repair all the pieces and then putting it back together. If I did that, I think you guys would want to shoot me trying to watch this video. So I'm not going to do that. I am not going to put you through that type of misery. So Smokey and the Bandit 2, what is it all about? Well, it has our players once again. You have Bo, the bandit. You have Cletus, the truck driver. Bo's played by Burt Reynolds again. Cletus by Jerry Reed, country western singer. And Sally Field is in it as well. And as you may have seen from the Smokey and the Bandit movie, you know, Sheriff T. Buford Justice, or whatever his name is, didn't catch the bandit the last time. And they transported a bunch of Coors Light, I think it was. It was either Coors or Coors Light across from Texarkana to Atlanta. And back then, you know, transporting alcohol over state lines was illegal. So, you know, and they only made, I think the bet was like 80 grand, right? Well, the stakes are higher in this one. Let's go ahead and yank the exhaust out. We're not going to use this exhaust. No, sir. We are going to go with something a little bit better. So we might as well just yank all that stuff out while we have it up on the blocks. So yeah, so Jerry Reed has this grand idea and this scheme to make even more money. $200,000 to be exact. So, I mean, hey, what's a guy to do, right? Why not? So they take on this job. Pushing? Yeah. So they take on this job. Well, what is the job, you say? The job is transporting an elephant. And not just any elephant. We're talking a pregnant elephant to a GOP convention. Same two characters that made the bet the last time with them made the bet again with Jerry Reed. And again, it ensues transporting this elephant across several state lines just to get him to this GOP convention. And of course, the sheriff is still out to get him because, you know, Sally Field hooked up with the bandit. I mean, hey, who wouldn't? The dude was good looking, right? So yeah. So that's what that movie is all about. Now, I will tell you, it's not as memorable as the first one, and that's probably because, you know, the first one, you got to meet the characters, it built up the characters and everything else, and the second one you're figuring, you know, the hype is going to be just as well. Well, in my opinion, it wasn't, and I really think they just kind of rode on the shirt tails of Burt Reynolds being in the movie to sell the movie, and I don't think it did as well as the first one did. I actually didn't look at the stats before I jumped on here, so I'm really not sure. I could be talking right out my butt on this one, but for me, it just wasn't any good. Now, I did make a Smokey and the Bandit 3, but Burt Reynolds only made a brief appearance in it. Let's see, can we use the drums? No, we can't use the drums, so we need drums and shocks on this. Yeah, so he only made a brief appearance in it, you know, almost like Vin Diesel at the end of Tokyo Drift, right? Only made a brief appearance. So we don't have a car for Smokey and the Bandit 3. I know you're crying in your coffee right now, right? Yeah, well, sorry. We will not have another Trans-Am build right now. Actually, I don't think there's another Trans-Am I can build for a movie car. I mean, there might be. I just haven't come across it yet. So, unfortunately, this movie did not make it as big as the first one, but it does have some huge car crashes in it. Probably, I don't know. I'd have to, how the Blues Brothers, how I started out the series with the Blues Brothers, they held the record for the most car crashes in one movie. And if you watch this one, you would think, holy crap, they've crashed a bunch of cars on this one as well. This one should have held the record, but nah, they didn't. But they did have, like, the world's biggest chicken race in it. You know, how you play chicken? You know, cars running in, cars facing off. Well, they had a bunch of police cars facing off with tractor trailers. So, yeah, that's a thing. So the wheels on this one, and I am very happy to announce that with the rim DLC, we have something very similar that needs to go on this. And it's these rims right here, I believe. They're very similar. They're not quite what they are on the Trans-Am, but these are very, very similar. And these are going to go gold. Oh, yeah. So you're going to have to bear with me on this one because I've got to figure out the color. So the color is going to be tricky because gold is one of those colors. It's not, I mean, we could make it chrome, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's get a color in kind of like that. Let's saturate it up and see what the orange looks like. Let's move it around. Try to get a front view of it. There we go. So that's orange. So we'll go orange, red. Let's go more into the yellow hues. There we go. That's pretty close. What if we darken it up a little bit? That might work. What does the chrome look like? Oof. Man, it needs to be a little shinier, but not chromish, you know? I wonder what the pearl looks like. Pearl as compared to... I'm thinking... Let me look at this for a minute. I am thinking... It's so hard to tell until I have it on the car. Let's see. Let's boost this up. Let's make that an even 85, 45. So 45, 100, 85 color combo, and I guess we'll see what we get, right? We'll see what it looks like. So we have to do this. I wish they'd keep the color combos on here. So 45. Full saturation, and we went to 85 on this, right? In the metallic paint job. Now, I mean, we could have gone chrome, but it would look really, for lack of better terms, kind of pimped out. You know, you remember the series Pimp My Ride? That was actually a pretty cool series. I like that. Nope, I wanted tires, dear. Okay, I want two 18s, and let's see. I'm gonna try and squeeze. I think I'm gonna try and squeeze a 295 on the back at a 40 profile. 40 profile or a 35 profile. Let's see what that does. Did I pick two of them? Dang, I hope I did. Oof. I mean, that looks really, really gold. We'll see what it looks like on the car. We may have to change this around a little bit. It almost looks green, doesn't it? Did I do that one in pearl? No, no, they're both metallic and they both look green. Kind of got that green hue to them, doesn't it? All right. Well, let's see what this looks like on the car. If it looks horrible, then we'll have to go a different route. Let's see up close. Does it look that bad? All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I can live with that. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, not too shabby. I think we'll deal with that. I think we can handle that. Hang on. Before I go digging into that, let me clear up my inventory of all this junk I have in here. Did find the license plates for the Bandit 1. And I don't remember what the license plates are for this one. Bandit 2, maybe? I don't know. And I totally messed it up. I thought they were running across Texas and over to Alabama, and they went up to Georgia. So, you know, I totally messed that movie up. So what are your thoughts? Can you transport a pachyderm across the state line? The back of a tractor trailer? I mean, if you look, if you've seen parts of the movie, you're like, how is that poor elephant surviving in the back of that truck, man? And Jackie Gleason always plays, you know, a great part in it. Dom DeLuise is actually in this movie as well, and Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds actually did a ton of movies together, I believe. He was a great comedian in his day, and Dom DeLuise was actually in, I think if you remember, I want to call it Cannonball Run. Yeah, because Cannonball was with David Carradine. Cannonball Run was something similar to the Gumball Rally. And I have yet to find any cars from Cannonball Run that I can use in this series. Otherwise, I would have. Because Cannonball Run was Cannonball Run and Hooper, if you remember Hooper from the Burt Reynolds days. Another movie, another car movie. I think it had Jan Michael Vincent in that one with Burt Reynolds. And Cannonball Run was, you know, basically like Cannonball and the Gumball Rally. It's, you know, a race across the United States, New York to LA type of movie. Hooper was about I want to say he was like a washed up stuntman. And they have this idea of making, you know, the greatest jump of all times. And of course the doctor's telling Hooper that one fatal hit to his neck and he could be crippled for life. Of course, him and Jan Michael Vincent decided to take this on. And you know what? Now that I think about it, that one was a red Trans-Am. I think that was a red Trans-Am in that movie. So I may have another Trans-Am for you guys. I'll have to look that movie up, and I think that's what it was. I swear to God, I think it was a red Trans-Am. Because near the end of the movie, when they do make this jump, you can, it was no CGI back then. So, the car, if you looked at it, if you saw the jump, you knew right away that they did not use a regular Trans-Am for the jump. They didn't. I mean, you could just tell by the shape of the car, and that was probably the most disappointing stunt that I had seen. And it was an unmanned, basically it was an unmanned, rocketed funny car. Yeah. But, oh yeah. Great jump, great stunt. And throughout that whole sequence, they had a water tower, like a silo falling down that had to be done in one take. It was all that. It was, kind of impressive. And that water tower just crashed down right behind the car. You talk about some timing. absolutely crazy. But yeah, check that out. I may have to look that up, and we may have another Trans-Am, folks. We may have another Trans-Am in the mix. Yes. Brakes. We want. We're going to definitely need a pair of these, and a pair of these. And I'm hoping I've got it all. So let's set up with another set of rims. I'm going to go with another set of 18s on this one. For the tires, I'm going to go with a slightly lower profile. We are going to go with the 18s, and I'm going to go with a we'll go with 275 on the rear with the 40 profile. Yeah. Time to go paint these bad boys. Okay, do you remember our color combination? 45, 100, 85, right? 45, 100, 85. It's very important that you get them to match. So 45, 100, 85, and not chrome, dude. We need to go, no, not the pearl either. We're gonna go straight up metallic. This may look pretty good after I'm done. I'm not quite entirely sure, but once I get all the wheels and tires, all the wheels on it, we'll know for sure. But this has got to be pretty dang close. I mean, they stick out like a sore thumb, don't they? I'm looking more for like, maybe I need like a darker yellow. I don't know. If you guys have a better color combination, let me know, and I will swap these out in a heartbeat and repaint them. How's that? Hit me up down below. Let me know. Okay, this spring should be good. Yep. Now this sign with the red stripe on it, I wonder if that's like, you can't use this anymore. And who's this Pan Stefan? Pan Stefan? Who's he to put a red mark through my... What is it, you can't follow these rules? Or this is the danger, this is the rules you have to abide by? I wish some of this you could read. Alright, I think we have all the pieces for our front end here. And I may cry if we don't, because I didn't really check. I didn't delete out any of the old parts, so I have to be careful what I'm putting on here. Just gotta make sure I put nothing but the good stuff on here, so I'm not taking stuff back off. And that's why I typically get rid of all the old stuff, is so I just got a running shot. I don't have to worry about the pieces or any of that. Come on, get in there. All right. This is almost like a speed run, you know? I feel like I'm just zipping through this car like it's nothing. There we go. So yeah, the more I think about it, I think it was a red Trans-Am in that one. Or maybe it was a red Camaro. It was something. If it was a red Camaro, man, I've got to find me another Camaro. I've got one in parking. Just saying. I just haven't broke it out yet. You'll see it soon enough. Oh, where am I going? Where am I? Ah! Getting dizzy. As I'm concentrating on these parts. Yeah, so what's the engine in this one? This one just has a straight up V8 overhead cam engine, so I'm happy with that. I'll keep it as such. I'm good with that. You know, the early 70s cars had a lot of horsepower. As the 70s came around, you know, the latter 70s, they just didn't have the horsepower anymore, which was sad. I mean, it was like the end of the muscle car era was the 70s. You know, the 80s came around and the cars just didn't look that great. I did own an 80 Camaro at one time, so I don't know. I thought the Camaros looked all right, but not a whole lot of muscle cars out there. All right, well, if that's going to do that for there, you take the starter out, transmission out, because we are going to yank the motor. And I don't think there's any oil in it, but let me check just in case. I am so used to cars. Yeah, well, right off the auction block, no oil. Good to know. Let's lower you down, and we need to fix your front bumper and remove the windshield. So, go ahead and put the. Doesn't that look funny without the front bumper on it, man? Looks hysterical. All right, so the Bandit's front end is on. I need a windshield. This is going to be tough. Okay, come on. I can just go Trans-Am. I believe, anyway. There we go. Oh, nope. Okay, Firebird. How about that? Yeah, okay. So we got the front end there. I think that front windshield goes for all of them. Looking at the taillights too. The 79 taillights. Yeah, I guess it goes all the way across. Interesting. Looking to see if there's any other pieces. C79. Yeah, see, I want this on the back. I definitely want that on the back of it. I don't want the full. I do not want the full piece along the back of it. So we will go with that. Alright, front windshield. Place it with brandy new stuff, and we're going to remove that. We're going to add. Gotta have that, baby. Gotta have the Bandit symbol on there. Now, I'm not going to try. I looked in the livery folder that I had for all these. Yes, I in fact have over 77 liveries for this car, and they're in the Steam. They are in the Steam workshop. So if you're interested in those, yeah, go right ahead and download that puppy, because you have every color combination known to man in there. Well, these preliminaries. There for a minute, I thought I was going to drink the beer. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Probably needs to be less shiny, I guess. It looks kind of weird. You know, I didn't think about it before I hit the record button. Maybe I should have played around with the color coding settings first. But hey, it's fun to do it on the fly, right? Right? Yes, say yes. Thanks. Yeah, we're just gonna pull you. We're just gonna yank you out because we're not gonna use you anyway. All right, I believe everything else is golden on this. Yeah. I love how the jack is in here. Bumper jacks. Man, that was the thing. All right, so let's dump off our inventory. With the exception of the drive shaft, we will use the drive shaft. I don't see anything else. Yeah, I'm not using the plates either. I'm not using the transmission. That I'm going to keep that. So let's get to building an engine, shall we? Just going to keep it. Well, what's the options on this? What are the options? Ooh, this one doesn't have any swap options. Interesting. Okay. Then the single carb V8 is what we will build. Oop, and you are right back there. Yes, sir. Now, here's the test. Yes, I have built this engine I don't know how many times. So we are going to go through this game of can he do it once again? Can he do it? Can he not do it? What's he going to miss? Who knows? All right, who's taking bets, right? Somebody's taking bets. I know you're out there going, yep, he's going to miss something. He is going to miss something. And I'm going to watch and laugh. I know, you're talking. So of all the Burt Reynolds movies that you've seen in your lifetime, which one is your favorite? What is your favorite Burt Reynolds movie? I would be interested to know. Hit me up in the comments down below, and I just like to know what would be your favorite Burt Reynolds movie. I think mine would have to be Smokey and the Bandit. Honestly, Hooper comes in a close second, with the Cannonball Run close after that. All three of those movies, I liked them because it was just all about cars. Deliverance, if you have not seen that movie, okay. I wouldn't. It's just one of those movies that make you cringe. It really does. But interesting story in it, though. So I need an intake. Right? There's a single carb intake. There it is. I knew there was one back there somewhere. Oil filter, oil pan, oil pan, oil pan. Let me get the rings. I'm gonna get the fan, rockers. Caps, base, the cover. I want to say these are just straight up serpentine belt A and serpentine belt B. I don't think there's an overhead valve one for these. Nope. I guess there is. So there is an overhead valve A. There's there we go. All right, so I bought a couple extra belts. Okay. Don't need a starter. Don't need any of those intakes. Do need a water pump. Those are all throttles. Timing chain. Timing chain cover. Push rods. Water pump. Water pump pulley. I think it's a regular regular pulley. All right, now to the fun shop. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know what you're saying. Hurst, you forgot something. Nope. Right there it is. All right, let's go to the power shop. Let's go ahead and take care of the gearbox first. Now we go back into the engine. The air filter's down below, but we do need an alternator. Camshaft. Carburetor. Heads. We need the heads. We need a pair of those. We need headers. Pair of those. Filter. Ignition coil, distributor cap, and rotor, along with wires. See, they have the dual carb set up, but they don't have the single carb. I really want the single carb in there too. Power steering pump. One of those. The filter. 8 spark plugs. Excuse me. Oh, and a partridge in a pear tree. I think we have it, people. I think we have it. And I'm sure you're sitting back there laughing, going, hup, he forgot something. Just wait till he gets to it. And I will be like, oh man, I forgot something. I'm sure I'm going to come across it and just want to bang my head against the door. At least I'm not switching wrenches like in my summer car. Holy crap. Man, that can be painful over there. That can be painful. Especially when you don't know what wrench to use. You're flipping back and forth the wrenches. But it does make it, I can honestly say, it makes for some realism in that. Because how many times do you think you know what size wrench you need? You grab it out of the toolbox, you walk over to the car, and guess what? Oops. Wrong size. So it does make some realism out of it, which is pretty cool. Seen some hubbub over there about it not being a finished game, but hey, it's not released yet. Still early access game. Crazy. It's been out since 2016. Feel free to check out my other videos on that as well. I swear I'm going to pull my hair out on that one. It is for mature audiences only. I guess maybe I should put that at the very beginning of the intros, but it's alright. Oh, yes, I wanted to say yes. Why did I say no? No is the new yes. Oh, the crankshaft bearings and the rod bearings. Always fun to replace. You replace these, they give you this little plastic piece to gauge it by. You put this little plastic piece in there, and you bolt everything all down. Then you have to take it all back apart to see if you've got the correct. And then you take, and it mashes it down, right? So you take that measurement of what's mashed down. Well, at least it used to be like that. Take that mashed piece of plastic, or it's like a soft plastic, almost like silly putty type stuff. You mash it all down, and then you measure that to see what kind of clearance you have on your rod caps and your crankshaft bearings. Talk about a pain in the butt, because then you have to, you're assembling it, you have to put the plastic piece down, and then you have to tighten everything up and torque it to specs, and then you take everything back off, and then you're like, okay, got to measure that. Then you have to clean the plastic off, and then rebolt everything back up a second time. Nuts, I tell you. Absolutely nuts. Oh, and the fun part. Let's get in here. Let's get a little closer so we can see what we're doing here. There we go. Need my glasses for this. Oh my gosh. Can't see what I'm doing. Oops. Wasn't on there. Hey, so far I haven't missed anything yet. I'm thinking ahead. I'm trying to think of anything I may have missed. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Famous last words. I'll be like one rocker short or something crazy. Figures the one I was hovering over is the last one to come in. Alright, so the header, oops, header. The good thing about building an engine like this is that, you know, you can get all the pieces and do it up. You know, I have yet to take an engine out of a car and rebuild it and put it back in. I mean, I did back in the early game days when you didn't have any money and you had to do that. But when you have so much money, it just doesn't it's not worth it time-wise to do that. You can do it if you're bored. I'm sure it would be something to do. You know, somebody should do a speed run, tear down and rebuild of an engine. Tear down, rebuild, buy new parts, whatever you need. There are certain parts you have to buy, like spark plugs. You can't rebuild those. You know, I don't know about the push rods and the rocker arms. I would imagine you would have to replace those, but I don't know. I like I said, it's been so long since I've done it. I really don't know. So refresh my memory. Let me know down below. What on the engine is not repairable? I would think the clutch and the clutch assembly. Throwout bearing. Oil filter, of course. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, look at this. We're down to the final few bolts. Oh, did I do it? Did I do it? Did I do it? Oh my god, look at this. Speed run and done. Ta-da! Sweet. Alright, let's take you off of the crate and let's put you back in where you belong. And put you back over in the corner. Ah, that's a beautiful engine. So this one I do not think I have a tan interior option for. Honestly. I probably do, but I'm not going to go tan interior on this one. Look, see this one? Let me get into... Well, I'll tell you what. I'll show you that when we get it all done. It's got a signature on it. Isn't that cool? Okay. Alright, let's hoist you up in the air. We need to get... we need some exhaust system pieces here. We are going to need 2 of the rear mufflers, 2 of the middle mufflers, and I want to say C's. Oh, well, I'm at it. I might as well get the gearbox. Get that one. And honestly, I think it's the C's. It may not be. Maybe the B's. We'll get those anyway. We'll get those too. I'll just sell them if it's not right. Whoa, mercy. Let's get the drivetrain all bolted in first. Then we'll worry about the rest. Okay, are you C's or B's? Ooh, I would have been wrong on that one. We have a nice... Let's get the drive shaft in there. No, in some angles those gold wheels don't look bad. In other angles they look horrible. I don't know what the good answer. I don't know what the right answer is going to be for that. Alright, so for plates, I'm just going to do Bandit 2. I guess I should have looked into that a little bit more. Where's my Georgia plates? Georgia on my mind. It's in alphabetical order, Hurst. Not that Georgia, this Georgia. So we're gonna go ban 2. How's that? Actually, I'm just gonna stick the one on the back. So I don't like them on the front. Maybe I'll go in and delete the one off of there. Not too terribly bad, but I think we could probably do it a little bit better on the wheels. Like I said, hit me up in the comments down below of a better color combination of these wheels. Yeah, they look really like the lighting in here, they look horrific. Just awful looking. All right, 414. Kind of figures for 1979 car. Oh, and while we're here, let me get into photo mode, right? Get into photo mode. Let me get in here a little bit. Let me crouch down. And let me zoom in on that right there. To Kevin, your friend always, Burt Reynolds. Who's Kevin? I'm not Kevin. I should say Hurst. But yeah, check that out. To Kevin, your friend always, Burt Reynolds. The Bandit. Awesome. All right, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bandit 2, from Smokey into Bandit 2. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please drop a like down below if you liked the episode. Drop a comment about the wheels. Let me know about the wheels. I'd be interested in hearing what you say about the wheels. Anyway, that's it for this evening. Love you guys. Take care. Keep building. This is Hurst Quayzar, and I am out.